Hello, I'm Franklin Marshall III.
And this is Cyrus, and this is the podcast where we interview people with podcasts. Welcome to the Franklin and Cyrus podcast. We are back with another new episode of Season 3, and we have another stupendous and spectacular guest for you today. Franklin, who's our guest?
You brought the guest. You introduced her.
I didn't bring the guest. That's you brought the guest.
I didn't bring the guest. If you didn't bring the... Did you... You brought the guest?
I did bring the guest.
Was I supposed to bring the guest?
Guest?
The guest is here, so it done.
I have been made manifest. Yes.
Oh, all right.
I'm here. I'm present.
Oh,
yeah. Are you
God.
present? Are you present?
I'm here, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's debatable, really, if I'm... But yes.
I've been meditating, so I'm very present.
I love that. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. How do you get into that place, that space?
I have YouTube videos. I just put the podcast in, and I put the.
You meditate to yourself?
No. I have a YouTube, and I just video of meditations. I just listen to the rhythms, binaural beats.
Sure, that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, to start your journey.
So let the people of
Hi. Yeah.
of internet legend. Who are you?
I'm Jade Hayes. I'm a spiritual medium, a coach to the dead, to the undead, to the people that need to connect with the other side. That's what I do. Yeah.
I thought you said she was a sidekick.
I didn't. She just
No.
manifested.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
So did you get like a message to come here?
I got an email. Yeah.
Hmm.
An email message to be present here.
Wow.
Who sent the email?
It was a Nader Power. Nader
That's
Power?
That's got to be you. You sent that email.
Maybe. Wow. So
Cyprus Nader
Maybe
Power?
you sleptwalk, and she like possessed you to do it.
So you're a medium. So like, that's like a psychic. So you see the future, or
Yeah,
like.
what's a medium really do?
So I'm so glad you asked, because that's
You're
a
welcome.
big common misconception with people. They believe that what I do is, predict lottery numbers. It's not what I do. I
Okay.
speak to those on the other side.
Oh, what side is that?
The spirit world.
Oh,
Wow.
No
How many
longer in
sides
the
are there?
flesh. Oh, there's infinite sides.
Really?
Yeah. Multi-dimensional dimensions. Yes.
so if you're a medium,
Yeah.
what's the job of small and large?
Great question, Franklin.
you.
What's the job of small and large?
Yeah, like what do they do? So if you talk to the ghosts, right?
Right.
Do the large like receive? Do they listen?
To
Do they touch them? Like maybe small. What are their job applications like?
I think maybe you're confusing me with a different label, like that's on your shirt.
Yeah.
I am not a shirt. I'm not an article of clothing.
Oh no, I would never.
No.
But ghosts could be manifested into a shirt. Is that possible?
I have anything is possible.
So you could wear a ghost at any time and not know it.
You're probably wearing one right now. That looks
She feels
That
nice.
looks haunted.
that has
honestly.
energy in
What?
it. I'm
That
has-
picking up a lot from that.
Yeah,
This
I
is
a lot.
fashionable.
Yeah, something.
There are many spirits and energies,
Yeah.
and
Put a black light on that. You'll see all kinds of spirits.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
dare.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
do
I
that.
I wouldn't.
Definitely dead children on there, if you know what I mean.
That's
Oh,
dark.
Semen.
It's a very
Oh,
Not Epstein, by the way, just semen.
yeah. I don't actually pick up an energy from semen. That's not ever been something I've been able to communicate with.
That's for the best.
well, that's an
honestly.
interesting question. So, like,
They don't live very long.
Yeah.
That's I think that in order to really connect, there has to be an imprint of their experience, and a sperm just has a short lifespan.
so how long do you have to be dead in order to be dead? To like talk to a dead person. So, like for example, a sperm they don't live very long, so you can't talk to them. But like, what's the cutoff? Like,
Well, it really comes down to this sense of communication, and how a sperm can communicate is really limited. It's a tail flip. It's a vibration, and for me, I can't really interpret much. And they're usually when I speak to spirits, they come with a need, with a want to clarify something, to share something. And a sperm, really, they know.
They don't know much, really. They gotta
Well, they know that they have a very specific task, and
They're a
that's
race.
what they're right.
yeah, they're in a race.
The sperm are not as demanding as a visitor
Yeah.
as you'll get with some of these other.
That's surprising.
Features.
Yeah, surprising information.
Oh yeah,
Do you get emails from ghosts often?
from ghosts.
Yeah.
No, I have yet to. I mean, I'll have my email interrupted. I'll get
Jeez.
like a screech. Will come in through the email.
Yeah.
Um,
Was the
it'll
email
be
that come
a-
here like that? Because I didn't send you an email, but it came from my email, so it makes me wonder if there's
so
something.
who is Natter Power?
Well, that's my last name,
Natter Power.
Poor, but
I like
Poor.
Natter Power a lot better
Natter
than Poor.
Power?
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
And I
might want to change that.
it's too on the nose.
It would help your career.
Cyrus Natter Power.
Yeah,
he doesn't
Natter
need any
Power.
more power.
Natter Power,
I feel like now I'm overcompensating.
Oh, well, you're doing that anyway.
I'm undercompensating, really.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you feeling anything right now?
I am. I'm sensing that the spirit wants you to consider Natter Power.
Mm.
See, even the spirits want you to change it.
Okay, like can I?
Two.
What do they look like?
Cloud.
Oh,
Can I see like what their resume is by any chance? What their background is?
One is J. Someone with a J. Name
Okay.
beginning with a J.
We'll have them out there.
J. H
J.A.
is the other one.
Mm.
A J and an H.
Do they have industry connections? 'Cause
Jeff-
I'm open to their suggestions if they're in the industry.
No, these are amorphous spirits.
Yeah, I mean,
A very
Everyone's
very gray color.
Are
Mm.
ghosts usually like so? Do you ever see them physically when you talk to them?
I've had a few interactions where I will see a figure, I will see some facial features, but for the most part, it's an energy, it's a feeling, it's something that's transmitted energetically.
So
So bodily is not the right.
the right word, maybe?
Right.
So in that context, I've been hearing a lot, and I've spoken out about this at nauseum. A lot of people are claiming that ghosts have violated them. They say, "I've been ghosted. I've been ghosted."
he doesn't know what ghosts.
So why are all these ghosts violating these poor
I think this is
poor beings?
Right.
And are they doing it physically?
He gets confused.
Yeah, I see.
What's confusion?
So, sort of in the same vein as small, medium, large.
Yeah.
Your ghosting is another. You seem a little confused.
Yeah.
Have you had help in any sort of life coaching?
I've had a lot of help.
Yeah.
You have.
Hasn't stuck yet.
Okay.
Oh, and life
Okay.
coaching?
Life coaching.
I don't need a coach for life. I'm like a player coach.
Do you a player coach?
Yeah, like, the game, you got the coach and the players. I'm like both of them in one.
Yeah.
So I go on there and I coach myself,
Yeah.
and everybody's like,
You should coat your suspender up. It's falling off. You're looking like a
Yeah,
whore.
you-
honestly.
you're-
Like a
it's
little
like
fucking-
I'm
little-
tripping.
I know. It's very slutty, honestly.
It is very. It's a
Yeah.
promiscuous.
Thank
Yeah.
you for catching that.
You two might ban that for being too sexual, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah.
So let me ask you another question.
Suspender slip.
yeah.
Ghosts, do they have political views? Like, are ghosts woke? Have they woken up yet?
Are they politically woke?
They're from like the 1800s, frankly.
How do you know?
They're
Ghosts
they're
can be from
pro-slavery,
any
half these
time. What are you
ghosts.
talking about? Anybody can be a ghost.
Yeah, but like most
long
of
as
the time,
you're
people
dead.
weren't woke.
Well, do they use pronouns?
There are times when it's best to think of ghosts and spirits as energies
Okay.
without genitals, without assigned prefixes, pronouns. They don't need to worry with genitals and things of that nature, and that's really freeing, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
one day we will all move toward a ghost-like existence.
Non-genital features.
We'll just be amorphous, when we
If we die.
transcend, when
Yeah.
we die, or when we eventually move to other planets. It'll be our essence that travels. We won't be in bodies. No.
Before we get too deep into ghosts,
Yeah.
and we came in kind of hot. Well,
Sorry.
let's let everyone
Yeah.
know a little about you.
Tell me,
Yeah.
let
So
me
Jay,
tell you.
tell us how'd you get into the medium game? How
Sure.
how when did you know? Like, give us tell us a little
Sure.
about yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I was a young child, and I remember looking into a mirror and seeing people looking back at me.
Mm.
And
It wasn't you, like another person.
no, it was many people, and I felt their energy, and I knew that wasn't right. So I said, I'm not gonna look into a mirror again. And then I happened to be in a graveyard, and I saw this gravestone that was one of the eyeballs looking at me. I knew it. You see a flash of a picture, you see the image, and you know that they've connected with you. It's almost as if like it's like a, you call it a GIF or a GIF when you send to friends.
Meme, yeah. GIF.
Is it a meme, or would they
text.
move
Oh, a GIF.
like
yeah,
this?
I think it's called
That.
text.
Animated.
Yeah, it's like you'll get these visual images. And when I was standing at, it was Bear's, Baer's gravestone, he said, "I'm there." That was me. I was there.
The bear was there. Huh?
Yeah, the bear was there. Yeah.
What's
So that started. That was the first time. Was 3 years old that I remember. And then I remember moving my mouth in the mirror, and I knew someone else was controlling it, and it was the spirit. And
so a spirit was controlling your voice?
yeah, it said every word that I say is from someone else, and that was scary.
Yeah, that
and
sounds terrifying.
yeah, it was, and
Invasion of prophecy.
Yeah.
yeah, well, that was the first step, and then the voices got louder and louder, and it was impossible to eat, to think, because they would just be screaming.
And that's not
mean-
considered ghosted?
No, that would be the opposite. It's like, that's the thing. I never understood this term ghosted, because ghosts stick with you.
Yeah.
They go
They're
get
haunting
through
you.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very
going,
much
They're going to your cabinets.
completely
Tossing around knives.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
They are not. I mean,
They're not
ghosts are present. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
they're
really got
not.
all that wrong.
If you want to be ghosted,
Yeah, I
I
do.
mean, if you like someone, you want the ghost effect. You want them present through all dimensions, time, space, etc. It's funny.
So you get these skills, right?
Yes.
Do you get a mentor? There's no online course. For,
No, not when I was too young for that. Now I actually do mentor
Oh, you do a mentor.
young people, old people who are awakening to their spiritual connections, and that's what I do for a living, is really teaching. I lead Zoom workshops, and it's a wonderful way to connect to people. For me, it was a lot of fear initially, and then I went to, it was like a state fair, and I got some gems, and I got some crystals, and I started using those to clarify. In fact, I did bring sage
Oh,
Phenomenal. Yeah.
yeah, because
Sage him. He seems.
well, maybe
Well,
maybe you need to say
I can move through this space and move the energy. I mean, there is a palpable here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. A lot of broken dreams in LA, so that could be anything.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. A lot of people gave up.
Failure.
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
failure.
Profound,
Yeah.
palpable.
Spiritually and physically,
Failure.
there's a lot of failure.
Mm-hmm.
Just you know what? I'm very open to ghosts.
Yes.
Some people look at me and I can be disagreeable, but
Yeah.
I'm open to ghosts, open to supernatural.
If you're open to ghosts, you would be open to changing your name to Natter Power.
I
you
believe
draw
that's
the line
true.
somewhere,
Why don't you try it out?
Yeah.
I don't really like changing my name.
Why don't you take a risk?
I take many risks. All right.
Why don't you live dangerously?
I am living at age.
I mean,
Do you think if
I've
you
surfed.
introduced yourself as Cyrus Nader Power,
That'd be just
you
like-
could run for office?
I couldn't run for office. Well, I couldn't be president because I wasn't born in this country.
that's true.
Where were you born?
I was born in Rome. Yeah.
Rome.
Probably a lot of ghosts in Rome.
Oh, heaps.
I have a question. I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of like modern people don't become ghosts. Whenever you hear ghost stories, it's like old people. Like, do younger people when they die just not become ghosts anymore? Is it something to do with the phones, maybe?
Is it? Oh, that's an excellent question. So you're saying younger people cannot connect with ghosts, or you're saying younger? That's
Is that
an
a
answer
ghost?
here. That's
Is that a ghost?
So you understand how that interferes with the frequency of all the modern technologies.
Yeah.
They completely interfere with interdimensional communications.
I could see that.
It's a serious concern. So,
I could look. You hear that honking?
you can't imagine how loud that is for me.
Oh my
that's
Because
real.
I hear an old ice cream truck from 1937
Oh man.
What
in
kind
the
of
back.
ice cream do they have?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
Orange
very
creamsicles?
Microplastic free too.
Yeah, I
you
like
know?
the creamsicle or the
Completely,
turtle. The
completely.
turtle. The
Yeah.
turtle ones are really good.
Yeah.
So to answer your question,
We use Lego. You know. Oh yeah, it's up for you.
there it
Sorry.
is.
Yeah.
I felt myself getting very rageful there for a moment, and I think that I may have catapulted that horn to stop.
At this
I
point,
feel-
mean, you're here magically, so I believe anything you'd say at this point.
Yeah, I'm perplexed.
Who is Natter Poor Power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is
He's
this
pa-
person?
he's a
this
powerful man.
ghost? Do you think that you sleep emailed?
I don't think I sleep. I think maybe there's something in my house. Maybe possessed my computer. I always got laid
Absolutely,
off, and
absolutely.
it was the computer from my work.
Oh,
So maybe that's related.
absolutely. I sensed a great loss recently for you.
A great strong word. It was. I was. My head was on the chopping board. I guess
That's
that
an
job.
interesting concept to think about. Do ghosts use AOL? Are they big fans of the chat?
It's kind of
GPT?
a dead platform, you know.
You know, now that I
Oh,
think about it, that's an
yeah.
excellent. You've got mail.
Yeah, that's dead.
I feel like I've sensed that
You've got
that
mail.
voice. Yeah. Well, as far as communication with young people, I think there's a lot of if you can't prove it, if you just feel it,
Yeah.
it's not genuine, and that's a great tragedy of and the importance of being a medium and promoting the work that I do so that we can continue.
Do you think with the 5G, the 5G is messing with the ghost frequencies?
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
believe that.
And just wait, it's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Oh,
Gs.
yeah.
We're moving that way.
But I feel like
unfortunately.
if the ghosts can do all these things, why can't they just be like, oh, 5G, we'll just, yeah,
Could
I
they
don't
be
feel like it
evolving?
would affect
Could they be evolved? Maybe ghosts are evolving now. They can send emails. Could this be a step?
Absolutely. I believe anything is possible. I know that ghosts tend to short circuit technology.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling you about the scream. A lot of times it really affects them. So if a ghost had indeed sent me here, there was a lot of work it went through.
Yeah.
Spirit.
Oh, do you think animals can communicate
Yes.
with ghosts from parallel universes?
Yes.
Have you ever encountered any of these?
I have a
instances?
great story for you. So
I love good stories.
in my home, I was visited by a brontosaurus.
A brontosaurus.
Absolutely.
That's a dinosaur,
Yes,
right?
it's a dinosaur.
I knew that.
So it was a male. He stood on 4 legs,
Okay.
lifted his long neck up, turned, and was interested in eating some of the bougainvillea plant.
Wabugavilian plant.
It's a delicacy.
Hmm.
I imagine they didn't have it in his time,
Did you like it?
and we seemed pleased. I said, you have to welcome it. You have to welcome him.
And did you offer a seat? Did he sit down?
No, they don't sit.
Right. No,
They
of course
can't.
not.
They have
On
to keep
4 legs,
moving.
frankly.
Yeah.
And it was
obviously.
I think it would be a very uncomfortable position for a brontosaurus.
What about a reclining chair?
They're,
They would
they're like 9
to
tons,
construct it,
frankly.
yeah.
Well,
they're-
maybe
How
it's a
you
big
could-
reclining chair.
How big is it going to
Also-
be?
Oh, really big.
How big? You can't even make a reclining chair that.
Yeah, you could do
You
it.
could definitely not.
Yeah,
do it.
IKEA
Even in
could do
Dubai,
it.
they couldn't make up.
You couldn't do it.
No,
but
I couldn't. No one could do it.
No, that's there. It's
Ridiculous.
anything's possible.
We have a
She said it.
spiritual
Anything's
leader here,
possible.
and you're
Yes.
out here talking about reclining chairs.
Anything's
Way outside of our
possible. A
wheelhouse.
Barca lounger for a brontosaurus is up there,
Hmm.
but I'm sure there are places where that's possible. Yeah.
So when you saw the brontosaurus,
Mm.
now was that an interdimensional?
Yes.
Wow. And so can they travel? So basically, ghosts are kind of they have no specific destination they live in, but they just travel between dimensions and universes.
So it's basically interdimensional, right? Ghosts are interdimensional. This is what's happening.
Think of a Rubik's Cube,
Yeah.
and then a Rubik's Cube outside of that,
Mm.
and then a Rubik's Cube outside of that, and then put it in a big bowl of water, and then put a Rubik's Cube around that.
But who's solving the Rubik's Cube?
They're flipping with different intentionalities.
Huh.
If part of my job is to communicate with those who want to communicate, that have a message.
Okay, yeah.
But I cannot tell you the metaphysical underpinnings or the science
Right, yeah,
behind
no, of course, yeah.
interdimensional travel. I know that when I'm feeling it and experiencing it.
Yeah, you're a travel
I
guide.
answer.
You're a yeah.
No, I'm
Oh.
more of a
Antennae, maybe say.
circuit, like I'm a hub,
Okay.
Like a router.
a router. Yeah,
Yeah, you're like a
absolutely,
router.
absolutely.
So what's the wildest experience you had when somebody came to you and they're like, "Look, my husband he died, and I want to talk to him." You have anything like that?
Absolutely. I had a widow who wanted to speak to a husband who'd passed away, and unfortunately, he didn't want to talk to her. And,
Really?
yeah.
What do you
He
do in
said,
that situation?
I very kindly say, "I'm so sorry, but I can't get through." I say that there's a busy signal,
Yeah.
and I just don't. My job is not to bring up the negative. I don't call in any dark energies. I step into the light. I bring in the light. And this man was very, very angry. Very angry.
Maybe he's angry because he
Well, he's
doesn't-
watching her and seeing how she's carrying on.
What's she doing?
Oh, she was.
Sucking willies, huh?
That's. Yeah, I don't use that kind of language, but absolutely.
Eating a lot of cinnamon rolls, and he loves cinnamon rolls.
So many
Yeah.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
I like
Probably
that.
I
She
bet
was.
bacon-
Bacon some rolls for others
She
as
was
well.
Yeah.
willies and cinnamonies and
Yeah.
just
Full
a
on bake
lot of
sale.
it.
Yeah, but pro
And-
bono.
Watching Food Network, he never allowed that.
Sitting in his chair doing it
Oh,
too.
and his chair.
Yeah, and I bet he had a great chair.
I bet
Oh,
you
he had
will.
an
Perfectly broken
incredible
in.
barcal. Yep. Yeah, it looked kind of like this shirt.
Oh,
No duct tape though.
beautiful.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, beauty's that.
That's one way to say it.
And it had a cup holder.
The Barca Lounger. Oh, it had 4. It
Like
had
the-
2
on
on
the-
each
Yeah, yeah.
side. It had it went completely. What do you call it? Back.
Reclined, yeah.
Reclined.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Flat.
Yeah, flatbed.
Is there another way to say that?
Yeah,
Lateral.
Down dog.
and I bet
Down
you those
dog.
cup holders were full cups, huh?
Oh
She's filling up
yeah.
all kinds
Oh,
of
she
cups.
filled.
Yeah.
She filled everything.
Oh, well,
And,
good
um,
for
And it, was,
her.
and it wasn't her cups. His
She
cup.
was a very repressed woman in his day, and it was Wayne. Wayne was a very, very,
His name was Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne.
very, very mad, angry person.
Yeah.
And you don't want to bring that back in. So, have you ever been called on by a ghost?
I don't think I've had an out of body experience.
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Yeah.
All right, out of body experience. In what? Where?
I was in my bed sleeping, and then and the next thing I know, I was just like floating in the top corner of my room, looking at me. And I was like, "Oh, that's me." And I moved, and then I moved in the dream, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's me." And then I woke up, and I was back in my body.
What do you think that message was meant to convey?
Stop
to
taking
you?
Molly.
No, I was.
Were
I was,
you on drugs?
No, I was in high school. I didn't have any drugs yet.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the message was?
I don't know if there's a message. I think it's just, comedians, creative people. I don't want to, toot my own horn here, but sometimes you just get the messages from outside, So I feel like it was just like, I'm conducting.
Sure.
My Wi-Fi is routing. You know what I mean?
Okay. And how did you feel the next day? Did it change how you lived your life?
No, unfortunately, like changes don't really stick. I just kind of keep going. Tough to change. That's why I'm still single. Not amicable to change.
She. Oh, interesting. There must be a female.
Well,
I'm
can you
sensing a
date?
female, a female presence
Yeah, I love female presence.
behind you
yeah.
right now. No, I'm seeing
Oh,
someone
oh.
behind you right now.
Hey, how are you?
Ah, she's a good looker.
Tell me
Yeah.
who Sheila is.
Sheila?
Sheila.
Yeah, tell us.
I don't know if Sheila.
Sheila from another lifetime, perhaps.
Maybe another lifetime. I could see Sheila from another lifetime.
Where have you been in your past lives?
I would love to know. I would love to know.
Rome?
Well, that was this life.
Medieval
A
times.
general. A general.
I'd love that.
And
I'd
who
love
was
that to be true.
Sheila? Don't think, just answer. Call on your former self.
She,
Don't-
Sheila, I'll just
Answer.
say
Don't laugh. Stay
I-
with it.
Sheila was a cousin.
A cousin.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think there was more with Sheila.
I
a
agree.
lover.
I think there's a lot
I think
more.
there's a lot more there.
You gotta
Maybe
unpack
lover?
that.
Yeah, maybe sage me. Maybe
Yeah,
that.
ignite
Just,
the
no, I don't
flames.
want you to just keep talking. I want to
Yeah.
hear about Sheila.
Sheila was a wild gal.
Really?
You know, I could see Sheila being a wild gal.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. You know, I could see probably wild. Maybe I was wild at the time.
Uh-huh.
You know, sometimes too wild. They just ships in the night, maybe.
So
you know.
an unreconciled love with Sheila.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe I was in a boat. I could see myself on a boat at some point.
Yeah, you look like you would be on a boat.
I could see myself boating
But you
at some
can't
point.
sail. You don't know how to sail.
Not current Cyrus.
I
but
don't
maybe
even
Cyrus
think that Cyrus knew how to sail.
version 3.
He just got on that boat and pretended to sail.
Maybe I was on a boat going somewhere.
Maybe that's how you died in your past life.
Maybe that's
you,
what it was.
You just couldn't sail.
Maybe she didn't want me on this boat ride.
Yeah, maybe Sheila was the boat.
I like that. Boats are often ladies. I love that.
Oh, knock it off.
I feel like definitely get him. Yeah, that could be like a demon coming out of his
Asmar.
lungs.
Am I gonna get hot from this?
No.
I have a theory. He has a lot of food allergies,
Yeah.
and I have a theory that people with food allergies are being punished for gods for previous sins.
You think from other lives?
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
yeah.
I think that you need to make peace. I think you need to make peace with whatever wrongs you've done in the past.
There's never
Past
gonna be
lives.
peace.
Yeah.
What are your allergies?
I'm allergic
Everything.
to soy, all nuts except peanuts,
Literally everything.
fruits, vegetables,
yeah.
wheat. What? Yeah, I feel I feel asthmatic.
This is good. This is very good for him, I think. I think it's really. Oh, Jesus Christ, Sheila. Oh, God. I feel something. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Sheila! Get out! Oh, Jesus, Sheila. Whore. Okay. I think I was too mean to Sheila, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sheila, okay? Jesus, all right?
What do you
Oh,
say?
Jesus,
Where is
Sheila.
she?
I'm sorry. Look, I should have listened, all right?
I see her.
I look.
God, she's pretty.
I know, look.
She's got a cleft lip though.
You know, I kind of like that,
She doesn't have hands. Is that normal?
She has hands.
She's got
now you're
nubs.
just opposing your own whatever
No, I
weird
just.
stuff you have. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just smell. Guacamole.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to?
Yeah. I can see you being like some sort of dog in a past life. Yeah. You're very canine.
Am I supposed to get it like to
Yeah, yeah. I can see him as like an English dog.
No.
I can
No,
see you as a
that was
very-
me. That was me.
yeah, that was.
Or could it been?
I can see you as an English dog, like an English dog, and like a shepherding. This is.
Was
I'm glad.
huh?
This is beautiful.
So what's that?
Thank you. You know what? I feel like the vibration is really going up in this room.
I feel a lot of things that I'm not sure how to describe.
Yeah. Put your suspender back on. You're looking like a little slut again.
Why does this keep happening?
Thank you for that clearing. That was actually really beautiful. I'm gonna applaud for that. That was a very great. I feel good. I feel lighter.
Yeah, I feel traumatized, but we're
How are
we're
you
gonna
doing?
work through it.
Was that?
I feel much better.
Yeah. Thank you.
It takes a lot out of me to do that.
I could.
Yeah,
I
I
could feel
bet
it.
like a lot of EMPs.
Oh, it's still got it. It's still going. This feels like that's him.
You were killed. You're dead. You were killed by a snake.
So-
It was the snake.
Mm.
my that's really
It was
strange.
The yellow-bellied rattle.
No, my great
rattlesnake?
grandfather died from a snake.
Snake?
A snake.
Great
bait.
grandfather.
Yeah, I can't even. Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Franklin Marshall.
Yeah, he was the original.
I bet you maybe some of
No, that's how he died. That's how he got the farm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
How did you?
I bet you maybe some of the venom is still spiritually in his body, and that's why he can't eat
That's-
nuts.
Could be passed down.
Yeah.
What can it?
Genetic
All right.
memories.
Do you think that you can't eat nuts?
No,
Do you think
can't
you
eat
could try one now and maybe we have moved some of that around?
No.
What will happen to you?
anaphylactic shock.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't have an
feel like-
EpiPen. You know, he might. You know.
Oh no, I'd die. I had a cookie one time, and these two girls at the coffee shop, they were like, "You should try this cookie," because they were giving out free cookies. I said, "Do I have nuts in it?" And they said, "No."
Yeah.
And then I ate it. I found out the
It's a-
hard way.
It's the same lack of trust.
Yeah, I don't trust
Yeah,
anybody.
you can't trust. And that was,
Can you trust a ghost?
I trust them.
Yeah.
But that's an excellent question because are there times when they're deceptive? Wayne, for example,
Wayne, what a
the
dick.
things he was saying, no, I wouldn't trust Wayne. No,
Can
absolutely
you
not.
divorce a ghost after, like, if you're in a marriage and husband dies, can, like, you file for divorce?
In the afterlife?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
yeah.
death
Till death do you part.
yeah. After, are you single or are you still together?
Are you referring to the Haunted Mansion movies?
I don't
Is
know, I
that
haven't
maybe where
seen
you're
them.
getting tripped up?
Well,
Where they
like-
they stay married until they trap them forever?
Yeah, you can't stay married when
You
you
can
die,
you
right?
can you can absolutely detach yourself.
Oh, so
yeah.
they have a process for that.
It's grueling. So I want you to think of, you were talking about your outer body experience. I want you to think of those dreams you have where your body isn't cooperating. It's like you're moving through quicksand or exactly. You can't move quickly, you can't run, you can't get to the thing you need to get. For spirit world, communicating to us through us is like that. It is so much effort. Have you ever called on anyone that's passed on to visit? Have you
Yeah,
ever said,
we did it on camera. We
Oh,
had
yeah, we had a
we
Ouija
had a
board one
Ouija
time.
board.
Yeah, we had when the Ouija board came out, the camera got messed up, and we put it back in. It got normal.
That's actually a true story.
so
That's
common,
true, like, that was really
so
kinda
common,
weird.
So
Yeah.
common. Yeah, because the different dimensions, they mess with the frequencies. You can't have two going at the same time.
So how do we get on their frequency? Is it FM or AM?
No, neither will get you
Bluetooth,
there.
maybe.
Bluetooth?
No, that won't work.
Oh.
So what you really want to do is start with your meditation is a great way. When I'm working with a client, what I have them do is get in a very relaxed state, no caffeine. I saw you were drinking caffeine.
No, not
Yeah, yeah,
not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We could like take a
Big
little
gulp
Zoot.
of caffeine over there.
I just needed a sip to feel alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's just say that's very offensive to the spirits on the other side.
Because they're dead.
Yeah.
Precisely.
So do they get offended by comedy?
I think that their whole existence is not wrapped around our small mortal world. So your petty little jokes don't really impact them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a little.
That's a little, you laid down a little thick there.
I believe.
You laid that one. That was really. Everyone's a critic over here. Was that Wayne or was that you, Jade?
Even the ghosts don't like me.
yeah.
I may need to light up again.
It's like
here,
dead
boys.
crowd. Literally,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
dead crowd.
Yeah.
I want you to think of your existence as just a dead skunk on the side of the road.
I'll be honest. I already think my
Yeah.
existence
You
like
know,
that.
it's interesting. He loves to he loves to perform at cemeteries, so I could see that
I
was
have
probably.
done, I have done that.
I could see that being a critique from one of.
I
one
like
of
the
his-
challenge.
One of his.
So, and what is your cleansing practice after you're done?
clearly nothing. I mean, look at his shirt. He hasn't cleansed in a while.
Nothing. I
That's
just
not,
I write
that's
better
not from
jokes.
the ghost. That's from his own.
Spiritually or physically. In
So-
this world
so-
or the others, and he's unclean.
Yeah, so spiritually, how are you cleansed after performing in a cemetery?
Well, I'll tell you what I did, and it's kind of like a ghost story. So, like, after I do those kinds of things, I gotta, how I say this appropriately, I have to self-care. I have to pleasure myself.
That's it. Jerking off.
Well, you just listen.
think jerking
Can
off's
you
gonna
listen
help
to
you
the story?
spiritually?
Let me listen.
Interesting.
Lowering your spiritual.
Maybe if
levels.
you let me finish the story.
Finish it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Finish it.
So you perform in a cemetery. You
And then I finish the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go back to my place, and but before I do this, I turn all the photographs of my family around so they can't
That's
watch.
not even relevant.
It's not irrelevant because if you let me finish, you'll see how.
Okay, yeah,
it-
finish.
This is
it
part of
circles
your
back.
sexual experience, is turning your
This
family
is for the
members
ghost.
away?
This is
No.
for you.
This
This is
is
for you and your own
very-
sick kinks. Honestly, if I was buried in a cemetery and some guy came up,
I'm not.
not consent, ambushed me with comedy, then went home and jerked off, I'm haunting him. I'm haunting him, and I'm haunting everything about him.
I'm with Cyrus on this one. This is grounds for a
I-
serious haunting.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was trying to get to.
Okay.
So, like, I did this, and I do that because I want my family, and they're all dead. I don't want them judging me about what I do and how I do it. And this is my whole method after performing. And once I did that, I heard this voice, like, I can't remember the exact words, but it was just like, "You're dirty, Franklin," and it sounded like my great grandfather who got bit by the snake.
Yeah. I think that was just your self-conscious.
I think that's who was
Haunted
here.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he didn't like my dad. My dad didn't like me, so
I think it was just your conscious being sick of your own perversions. You have to get your rocks off by performing comedy to dead people.
I hope when I die and I'm a ghost, I'm gonna haunt the fuck out of you.
I'm haunting you first.
I'm gonna
We'll
haunt. You
hunt each
can't
other.
haunt me first if I'm dead.
I mean, if you haunt me, we'll figure.
What if we
we'll-
die at the same time?
What do you think? Can we double haunt each other?
That would be a lot of energy.
How do
I don't know
ghosts
how
get in
I
touch
could-
with you? So, like, I know how you
Sure.
can summon them.
Yeah.
Can they summon you?
Oh, absolutely. That's like some of the earliest memories.
So, phone number. How
Mr.
does that-
Bear was the first contact, and then I'll get notice when people have just died. I'll get one of the most
It's like a spiritual inbox almost.
yeah
Like a
yeah.
notification.
A picture. I saw my uncle in this picture, and I just knew. I turned and looked at this photo, and right as I saw, and he wasn't in the photo, it was of something else, but his face appeared on this photo, and then fell down, crashed. That was it,
Scary.
and he was dead at that moment. We got a call 45 minutes later that he had passed on.
That's wild.
We were talking about being ghosts. Do you have any suggestions for? Let's say someone's
Yeah.
watching this,
Yeah.
they die, and tomorrow they become a ghost. Do you have any suggestions for what to do once you become?
Once
a
you
ghost?
become a ghost,
Yeah, it's like best practices. Like what should they do? What are you doing?
come find me. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm happy to relay messages, and
Yeah.
so I mean, I would say first things first. A lot of us. So I've had different contacts with family or friends that have passed on, and I love a spirit that comes right away, because then I can tell.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't mean that in a sexual way. I'm not.
This is why
so
ghosts
I
haunt
should
you.
probably.
This is why ghosts
I
haunt
should
you.
I didn't mean
probably.
it sexual
You're
way either.
I should make
sexualizing
it
death,
clear that
you know,
that
in the
ghosts
spirit world.
don't ejaculate. They don't get hard. They don't. This is a very different sense of being. I want you to think of a body and then just blow it up. There's no more bodies. It's just energies. It's color. It's movement. It's fluid. It's not this, bones and flesh. It's completely different. So, sex is not something that ghosts are going around just like. It's just think of like different colors, fucking. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I didn't mean to. You will bleep that out.
Yeah.
We
Please.
do that.
We'll bleep it out.
I don't-
We've spiritually saged that.
Yeah.
I think it
You
is
saged that
your
away.
your great grandfather is speaking through me, and I do
Yeah.
not use words like that.
He's a big dick.
I have to cleanse the space after
He
I
was speaking
hear
through
that
me too.
word.
Yeah, I'm sorry about.
It's just a sharp, harsh. It's a hard word. So recommendations for ghosts. First and foremost, please come back right away.
Oh, you
Come
want-
back. Talk to me. I can. Maybe you could put my website on the.
Yeah, whatever you guys want. Yeah.
It's jadehayes.com. But talk to me and communicate with your loved ones. Let them know. Just do. I know it's difficult, but make those journeys. Walk through that quicksand and tell them I'm okay. Then next, that's the first thing that you have to do, and then from there, it's being at peace with this journey, and it is not don't think of it as, again, bound to the earth. There is an entire expanding, there's universes upon universes. It's
It's a little adventure.
yeah. And therefore it is very difficult to come back so right away. You have to let them know I'm okay, because it's a lot. And then for those loved ones that are still on this earth in these bodies, the best thing I can recommend is to call on them and say, hey, come back, come back, come back, come visit me, come back. I need you back. I need you back. And that way you can still have a relationship. It's different, but it's there. It's possible.
Are the animals, do they
Yes.
experience the same type of travel plans as the other ghosts?
Yep.
Like, and can they communicate with you too?
Absolutely.
And do you speak in their language, or do they speak in English?
Much like you think of bodies and getting rid of bodies, think of words gone. Language is telepathic. Is I think more like pictures. Like I said before, like the gifts. Yeah. Where it's a movement and it's an energy and it's you know how you can look at someone and you just know. You know what the meaning is. You know where you're supposed to go, where you're supposed to move, what you're supposed to understand.
Yeah. You see like an emoji.
If he's-
you see an emoji, like, oh yeah, he's
You know what feeling you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
So like if he does something that embarrasses you, which exactly,
Yeah.
you can give him a look. He knows. It's like that. You don't need to say anything. Think of communicating with a dead like that.
Have you ever communicated with an animal?
Absolutely.
What's ever a bird?
I had it once a cockatoo from it was the Queensland, Australia.
Oh my God, what was that like? What was the conversation you guys had, if you can remember?
It was, I'm cold, but I'm okay, and that's how Charlie passed on was he got the equivalent of like bird flu. Bird flu is actually the birds. It's awful.
Do you know if he was like killed by the government to replace him with a drone? Because you know,
I've heard that too. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
He did not relay that to me, but you know, I spoke with an emu named Moses, and he had some very sickening things to say about the government and things that you know I can't even begin to unravel. But the emu knew Moses, and you know he was very, very disturbed. On the other side, safe, but wanted to send a warning. So
Speaking of animals,
yeah.
how about like, I know this is a little outside of your wheelhouse, but like elves, dwarves, Bigfoot, are they real? Have you talked to any of them?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, this
yeah.
is we
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, yes.
Oh,
So if you want to know what happens with the Sasquatch,
Yeah.
it's they're made of rock. Have you ever seen a Sasquatch?
No.
yes.
You have. Okay. So then you know they're
Wait,
made
where'd you
of
see a Sasquatch?
granite. They're made of.
In the woods. That's where you see them, isn't it?
Okay.
So how tall?
doubt me.
Just describe
know,
your
yeah.
experience with the Sasquatch.
Tall,
Yes.
lengthy fella.
Yeah.
He had lots of hair, kind of covered the whole body.
Yep.
And big hands, like
Yeah.
banana hands almost, and big feet. And
Yeah.
he wasn't wearing any clothes, so he had other big things. I'm not gonna get into it.
They have large
Yeah.
genitals.
They
yes,
do?
They
They
do. They
do.
really
It's
do.
Makes
like
sense.
Drake's, but bigger,
Yeah.
I
Probably hairier,
yeah. I
yes.
never
Yeah,
saw.
probably.
Girthier.
girthier. But and he was doing a lot of grunting.
Okay. That's yeah.
And
It's
that's
very accurate.
that's about all. He just kind of we made eye
Did
contact.
you made eye contact and then
Yeah.
did he immediately turn to stone or did he keep moving?
I don't know. It kind of disappeared. I couldn't. He kind of did it, and then I looked around. Maybe he turned to stone and camouflaged himself.
So the term Sasquatch is a little bit antiquated. What you want to call them is the mountain people because they are of the mountain. They turn into the mountain. They go back into
It's like a golem.
yeah, very much. But they're made of rock, and then a lot of times part of them will be a tree, but they are absolutely present and very, very friendly. The odor is bad. I don't know if you experienced that.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
It,
it
smelled
was
like tar mixed with methane.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like just like you know gym locker rooms and BO of like
Yep.
Imagine-
gym
It's
coaches.
sick.
Yeah,
It's a sicky.
pardon the
sick smell.
insult. Dick
Yeah.
cheese must be crazy on the Sasquatch.
Dick cheese.
Yeah.
What's a dick
Ah.
cheese?
Like dick crust from not lack of cleanliness.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never saw that close.
Me either.
You can't really.
No, it's
But
too
that
much
could
hair.
also be the source of the
Stench,
smell.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about how
Cleanliness,
they
Yeah.
I think it's more diet.
Yeah.
Farts.
That's great. How about elves, dwarves? Are they
you
real?
know
Yeah.
for North America, which is my region, I have not seen. I know that my colleagues in Ireland, in Scandinavia, that they have more experience with that and more connection. So me personally, no, but are they out there? Absolutely, yes.
I love that. That's great to hear.
They are tricksters.
Oh, I imagine.
And you don't want to. Whereas a Sasquatch, or sorry, I keep doing this to mountain people. They will. The smell is the most offensive thing. They don't want to. They don't want to interact.
More of
They
a
don't.
straightforward guy, very rock-like.
Very, very, very. Set in their ways, but do not want any trouble. They're very. You just go on your way.
What are their ghosts like? Like, what's a Sasquatch ghost?
Are
Ghost
they
like?
different frequencies or the same frequency?
It's a frequency it's very hard to get a read on for me. Again, that's not my area of expertise. I know there are a lot of people that will speak mountain or study mountain linguistics and Sasquatch dialects. For me, I just don't. For my business, I don't get as many requests to speak to the mountain people. So, if I live, I don't live in areas where there are a lot of Sasquatch. I mean, have you seen any in the Hollywood Hills or?
No, they've been wiped out. There's not trees. I feel like for them.
No, it's not a safe place. Also, with mountain fire, I feel like California in general, you're not
Pacific
getting
Northwest, maybe Appalachia.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that's where I've gone hiking. In the central Washington area, and that's where I've seen all the mountain people. Now, again, I don't live there, so I haven't had a lot of requests to speak in Sasquatch or in those dialects, like I mentioned. So,
Are ghosts responsible for the missing sock pandemic?
so that is an excellent question, and again, at our conferences, this comes up a lot.
I bet.
Because I speak, as you know, to many spirits. I also am the queen of sock disappearance.
Interesting.
Yes. I would have to say, short answer, yes, absolutely.
I knew it.
So it's a big controversy though, because a lot of people at the conference feel that that's just bad press for spirit. We're trying to get people to embrace, all these. You don't realize how much movies and popular culture they make ghosts look bad and evil. It's something to fear. And so if we're like telling people, yes, in fact, it is the spirit world taking your favorite wool socks. That's it.
Yeah.
Then we've got another case against them, and what we're trying to do is bring everything
It's so
into
tough to replace a
unison.
good wool sock,
Oh, they're
So tough.
a beautiful piece of machinery. A wool sock. Give me a wool sock, and I'm
And
happy.
imagine like a ghost took it away.
Oh,
Forever grudge against ghosts.
and I think
Maybe even cause a war between the spirit world and the human world.
absolutely.
Imagine grudge against ghosts. That's I imagine that can be dangerous.
Well, it begs the question: what are they using the socks for?
That's a great question, actually.
I believe that the socks are a middle finger to
It's just like
Is it an energy thing? Because feet have a lot of energy, right? And like chi.
absolutely the
there's a lot of
sole
chi.
of the foot. I always
so it's
start
just
with
like a shrine of socks if you walked into a ghost
Yeah.
house.
I imagine like there's a lot of chi coming out your feet and you're stepping in it, and then the
Chi,
shoes containing it.
oh, absolutely. And you think of all that power, it's probably great for interdimensional travel. And I had a colleague that was working on a theory on a paper that would bridge time or interdimensional travel with the soul energy of socks. But again, I can't. I'm very worried about talking about this because again, I don't want to give the spirit world any more of a bad reputation because of what we
Okay,
already
yeah.
see. I want to make sure that it's very clear. Spirits are good for the most part. They're relaying information.
They're good.
They are. And your family, as far as masturbating after performing in a cemetery, they're not going to watch. There isn't a family member that's like, oh, good, now I can watch my great grandson
There's no creepy uncle, maybe?
please himself.
There's no creepy uncle.
No, that's not what happens.
So I don't have to turn the photos around?
No, you don't have to. And they're not looking through photos. It's not like again, to bring up Haunted Mansion, which has also done a lot of damage to the spirit work I do.
guess that's affected me.
Yeah, no.
I'm a victim if you really think about it.
Keep the pictures where they are. Do what you need to do, but I would recommend a sage, some kind of practice to cleanse your spirit after that, because you had Sheila was present, and wow, but for you there was a lot more dark energy, which I believe we got cleared a little bit.
Do you think maybe some dark energy clearing maybe could fix his back a little?
What happened to your back?
Well, why do you have to bring this up every podcast?
I'm just trying to help you out.
That's not helping.
Well, I'm trying to help you out.
That's pointing out a deficiency.
Yeah, but I'm trying to fix the deficiency with spirituality.
Is it scoliosis?
Yeah. Well, can spirits straighten the spine?
Absolutely. Spirit can do anything.
I want them touching me. I can't even get a massage. I don't like people touching me. People.
Except you, because
Well, I can
clearly
touch
you
me,
have
yeah.
no problem with that. Could you
Honestly,
rub your
I don't
back?
even really like touching me.
Yeah. That's a whole.
Sometimes I wear a glove just because.
That might be outside the medium
This
world.
is out of
it might be
my
like
jurisdiction.
That might be
as
more
they
of a Freudian issue.
Well, actually, it brings me to my next. Can ghosts transmit? Like, is there a ghost COVID or a ghost STD? Like, can they
Absolutely.
transmit human viruses as well as ghost viruses
There
and
is
vice
a ghost.
versa?
Yeah, there's the equivalent of a ghost TB, tuberculosis.
Oh, that sounds
and they
like
have, depending on what dimension you're in, you can get vaccination.
interesting.
Yeah.
And they can pass that on to anybody?
Yes, but the inoculated ghosts are okay. And then some ghosts are impervious to the ghost TB.
It's based on genetics, probably.
Yeah, and just so again, I don't want you to think of it like a body. I want you to think of it as an energy. And it's a certain breakdown or the molecules of that energy that are more prone to disease and virus.
So they
And
wouldn't
absolutely.
have dental plans.
I'm gonna reiterate what I said. Do you need to stop thinking of teeth and bones
So no
and flesh?
bodies at all.
There's no bodies. No, this is all energy.
But that they can feel emotions.
Of course.
So would they ever do they go to therapy?
There are practicing ghost therapists. Again, the ones that are in therapy don't necessarily come and talk to me, but I know that there are outlets for working through, pain and mental. I guess again, it's not really mental; it's a energy illness, you'd call it. In the
Well,
ghost.
I always figured that because a ghost doing therapy is kind of, it feels a little like maybe a contradiction because it's you already lost the game. You're out of life. You lost.
You're
What do you do? What are you in therapy for? Can't get any better. You're already dead.
No, there's a whole
This
spirit
is
world.
just
Yeah.
it's tiny little. This is nothing where we are right now. This is
Oh.
nothing. So you don't lose when you leave this body. You don't lose. I mean, if anything, you gain. I'm not suggesting you leave early, but you have a job to do here, and that's again what a spiritual coach can do is garner or figure out what that purpose is, and then you do that. You leave your body, and you go on to the next thing. And then if you're lucky, you get, if you've ever flown international flights, I did a conference in Zurich, and I was kicking myself for not doing global entry. And I think a lot of the spirits I talk to, the really profound ones, they have what is effectively a global entry where they can go interdimensionally, come and go without being held up. And that's really where you want to get to as a soul, as a spirit.
Are the flight tickets for that expensive?
Again,
It's like a frequent flyer program.
good.
Like
So,
you get-
well,
Did you get points?
well,
XP.
depending on the journeys that you've taken and the accomplishments. So our spirit has a task on each realm, And once we've completed that, then we can move on to another dimension, and then you could go back and forth. In fact, some of the video game developers were in fact mediums.
Wow.
Yes, that
Like
communicated, and
Patricia
that's how.
Arquette.
I could see Mario being
yeah.
a ghost, you know.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Luigi. I
mustache.
mean, they create that too, where they are killed, they come back, and they have that, that translucent state when
Yeah.
they're between, getting shrunk, hitting a mushroom. It's absolutely the best gamers, program developers, or ghost whisperers, if you will. This is fact. You can look it up.
Yeah.
I have something kind of related to that.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Hollywood, what's like what do you think is the most accurate depiction of ghosts? Like Casper the Friendly Ghost, Ghosts, like the movie with Patrick
Okay.
Swayze, Sixth Sense, or Ghostbusters?
So I was too affected by the I See Dead People line.
No,
So
yeah,
I
it's,
didn't see Sixth Sense. The last one you said, what was the last movie?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Which one? There's a couple there.
I mean, this is the first one.
Okay, first one. So I would say the closest.
I cut you off. You could whatever you were saying earlier. You could say that as well. Yeah.
What was the second one? It's not Casper.
Ghost, the one with Patrick Swayze.
I'd say that was the closest.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
pottery.
And there is Whoopi Goldberg, who she worked with mediums. It was a very method process. That's the most accurate, I'd say, ghost. And there is a scene where they have interdimensional intercourse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
always
something that
perplexed me.
That is something.
interdimensional intercourse. Yeah, that is something that is possible and it happens. And I really commend them for portraying that, for showing that, because I think there was a lot of stigma about it in my field. And again, I was very young when that movie came out, so but I remember there being a lot of talk about, can we show this and will it be acceptable, interdimensional intercourse?
Do
And
they
it
show
is.
the movies in the interdimensions too? Like, is
Yeah.
there an interdimension distribution release?
Yeah.
That is not something that is in my wheelhouse. I know there are some attorneys that are talking about developing. We're not there yet. About developing contracts for interdimensional film release and
They don't
whatnot.
want to see our
But
movies
again,
now. They don't need to see Fast and Furious.
What about
10.
music? Do they have Spotify playlists?
well, we don't have a way of tracking and proving that the products are being used, or so right now. Again, think of it as energy. If there's a way to charge for distribution to different dimensions.
Yeah, I imagine they could just pirate it now.
I just feel like my comedy would do a lot better.
I don't think it would.
With you don't.
I'm just saying, just judging by the negative energy you feel after you do your.
Maybe
your
there's a
bathe.
lot of negative energy ghosts that like negative comedy.
I'm just saying, but you just say you feel negative energy
My
after you do
comedy is
these-
not negative.
I don't think it is, but say you feel negative energy after you do your ghost shows and you jerk off.
I
So,
just
like,
feel
don't-
energy.
I feel
I'm
like
filled with energy. I have to.
Well, maybe you are releasing ghosts when you release. Maybe there is something about that it's channeled through you, and there is catharsis there.
Ghost dispenser. I'm a ghost dispenser.
okay, we got time for one more question. We have to
Oh,
wrap
it's
things
already.
up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the time flew.
Oh, jeez.
I could talk to you guys about this for.
A quick one we could do.
I was gonna ask about that. If their energy, a diet plan won't work. They don't play karate, obviously. Do ghosts go to the bathroom? We already know that one. Can you ask a ghost what their favorite Amazon product is? Oh, but they wouldn't use it
They would
because
use
their
it for
energy.
energy, man.
They don't have skincare routines. Wow, a lot of these are. Do they play bridge?
No.
Okay.
Is Tupac alive?
Yes.
All right. Well, I think on that one, Jay, do you have any? You want to take us home?
Yeah, please.
Any final ghost thoughts?
I just want to make it clear that this work that we do is not a joke. I know that we've kind of, had some fun,
For sure.
but
Apologies.
it's very real. We connect to the other side, and these spirits want to come forth. So if you want to talk to a loved one or whoever, someone famous who's passed on, you can go to my website, jadehayes.com, and I'm happy to coach. I'd love to keep working with you, but
Great.
please don't believe the hype about the evil spirited ghosts. the Casper, all the mean stuff that happens. That's not Casper's not that mean, is he?
He's a friendly ghost.
Yeah, he's friendly. That's right. That was actually where they got it right, the terms of the friendliness. But just think of it as energy, and I appreciate you both. I hope
appreciate
you feel better. Do you
I feel great.
better?
I feel great.
I feel I needed to do that to whoosh. I call it a whooshing.
I feel great. I hope the people at home feel great.
Please, yeah, let us know. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear comments and hear what
Tell us
people-
your ghost stories.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
You know, we want to hear
please.
them.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you see a ghost, if you sense a ghost, don't fear that. Relax, take a deep breath, let it in, absorb it, and be one with it. And don't fear it. Enjoy it. Savor it.
Don't fear ghosts, and don't fear the Franklin Cyrus podcast. Follow us at Franklin Cyrus Pod on all streaming platforms. Franklin, you have anything?
Yes, I would just like, I would like to say to the audience that it's okay if you want. Never mind.
All right. See you next time.